Good afternoon, Nanda. I am Maliga. I am computer departments. I am teach the basic concept of OOPS. First of all, OOPS means Object Oriented Programming System. OOPS means Object Oriented Programming System. That is a object, class, data abstraction, data encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism, binding, message passing. I teach the lessons. First of all, I teach the object. What do you mean object? Object is an entity. Real world entity is a pen, pencil, chair, desk, book. Also called the object. OOPS concept is an entity that is called the object. It contains the data and relevant functions. It contains the data and relevant function. Maybe physical components or logical components. It is called the object. For example, is a triangle. Triangle is an object. Triangle is the sides of the A and B and C. The data is length of the A and the length of the B and the length of the C. So, functions mean the logical is a function to draw the lines, to fill the colors, area of the off into BH is called the functions. Next is a class. What do you mean class? Collection of object with the same type of data and functions. Collection of object with the same type of data and functions. Syntax, class, class name, declaration of the class, definition of the class. Class is a keyword. Class is a keyword. Class name is a user defined name. For example, class name is a furniture. Class name is a furniture. Any type of the wooden work is a chair, table is also called the furniture. Furniture today cost, size, weight, that is called the data. The physical is called the data. Logical is the called the functions. Next, each object is an instance of the class. Every object is an instance of the class. Class is a collection of objects with the same type of data and function. Data means physical is called the physical components is called the data. Logically work is called the function. Syntax is a class, class name, declaration of the class, definition of the class. Class is a keyword, class name is a user defined name. Each object, every object is an instance of the class. Next is the data abstraction. What do you mean data abstraction? Grouping of accessional details and ignoring the other details. Grouping of accessional detail and ignoring the other details. We need the data is collections is the data abstraction. For example, phone call. Phone call used to the internal process is a hiding. Internal process is a hiding. It is a data abstraction. Next one is a data encapsulation. Data encapsulation means to protect the information one object to other object. To protect the information one object to other object. It is called the data hiding. It is called the data hiding. Next is the inheritance. Inheritance is a very important topic. Inheritance is a deriving a new class from exiting class. Deriving a new class from exiting class. That is a example is a employee. Employee is a super class or otherwise exiting class. Super class or otherwise exiting class. Subclass or derived class. This one is a subclass or the derived class. Employee, teaching or the non-teaching. Teaching is a HOD and professors. Non-teaching is a class is a managers. Clerk is a managers are divided. First is a employee. Employees is a super class or the exiting class or the parent class is called. Teaching and the non-teaching is a derived class. Other derived class is a HODs and the professors, and other derived class is a class and the clerk and the managers. Employee is a super class. Super class data inherit from the teaching and the non-teaching. Teaching class data inherit from the HODs and the professors. That is called the inheritance. Other example is the parent and child. Parent is data all the derived from the child. Next topic is polymorphism. Polymorphism means more than one function's definition with the same name. More than one function is a definition with the same name. For example, image. Image is what about is a circle is the image. Circle is an image, triangle is an image, square is an image, circle area and the triangle area and the image square area are the difference. Because circle is a triangle is of BH, circle is a 5r squared, square is a into a, but function names are the same, area is the same, operations are difference. So it is called the polymorphism. So it is called the polymorphism. Polymorphism means more than one function definition with the same name. Image is a class, object is a circle, triangle and square. The function name is the area. Function names are same but operations are the different. Next title is binding. Binding means that is a technique, this technique's connection between the program code and the function call. Programming coding and a function call, that is a two types, static binding and dynamic binding. Static binding and dynamic binding. Static binding, connection between the compiler time. Dynamic binding, connection between the runtime. So next one is a message passing. Message passing means message sent to the send and receive data. Thank you.